streaming to Twitch. Audio only.
This guy's the title of this video. My girlfriend tortured, stabbed, and starved me. What a crazy... Oh, wait, no, I've totally seen a video of this guy.
If we're gonna, like, lean back. Get this bitch up in here.
I love this title of this video. Joe Rogan explains hunting to Russell Brand, because Russell Brand, is a British guy, just thinking, why do you guys run around and do this? Well, you see, showing that you're bigger than a poor defenseless animal and killing it.
Is Joe Rogan really the best person to explain hunting? I feel like he's probably never hunted in his life.
I think that's a picture of him, though.
But it does look like him.
Obviously, he's paid a very... extreme amount of money
to get into a place where
they just look at how big the horns are on that
thing. A mess. What is it though? Is it a caribou?
I don't know. It looks like it doesn't look like anything. Or
maybe it might be an elk.
I think it might be an elk.
That's a huge rack.
I don't see the point of hunting now, unless you're just chilling in the middle of nowhere and you need food or sustenance.
I guess, but for some people that's, their hobby.
Hunting?
Yeah.
Are Japanese girls into Western guys?
No. There, now you don't need to watch the YouTube video.
Cool. The Witcher. Not good. Netflix The Witcher community backlash after Nilfgaardian armor look. Oh. Fucking...
Everybody complains about everything on the internet.
Oh my god, they're making a video about a thing. That's what bugs me. Oh, hold on, I gotta scooch up.
Welcome to the side table.
Sure.
Is this episode 20?
This is episode 20.
We don't have a side table in here, though.
I know, that's because my parents...
I have a side table.
That's true. We can call something else my side table.
It's not what? It's not the side
table. I know, my parents took it.
Dang.
I know. It's outside on the back deck.
How dare they take their own side table?
I know. How dare they take their property back? I don't understand it. I'd never have. I had a thing I wanted to talk about. Once again,
Tell us about that.
No, I've forgotten it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was helpful that you shared that.
I know. I was thinking about it when I was editing the other one last night.
Well, this week on the side table, we're somewhat back in HQ.
Somewhat, yeah. We're above it.
We're above it. We're in the same building.
We're in heaven.
Yes, we're dead.
And heaven's full of shit.
Reporting to you from heaven.
Heaven is not it's all cracked up to be.
It's really not. There's too many clouds. There's no central heating, so it's actually a little chilly up here.
Yeah, I do need to use an inhaler, which I never had to down on Earth.
That is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just all the clouds, all that H2O get in my... Yeah.
That H2O, that'll kill you.
I've started to grow gills.
Is that what those are?
Yeah. Pretty sick, right?
They're all right. They're all right.
Yeah, you can call me a Fishman if you want. Go ahead and do that.
Okay, Fishman.
Call me Nemo.
No.
I'll call you Marvin if you call me Nemo.
I don't like where this is going.
Whatever. So Joshua, tell me about your week.
My week? Nothing happened there.
It's already getting hot in here.
A little bit. It's toasty.
I know.
Yeah, this week was just a lot of working.
I feel you.
I mowed the lawn last week, and guess what?
It's grown.
It needs to be mowed again.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All this rain.
It's the worst.
It is.
And it's so humid. Oh my god, it's like 96% humidity here.
Mm-hmm.
It's only, like 65 outside right now? Feels like death.
Isn't it weird that like 3 months ago, it was, 20 or 30 below?
Yeah, isn't it weird that a month and a half ago we had 8 inches of snow?
Yeah. I don't like it here.
Yeah, it's a real extreme swing.
Yeah, it is. It's fucked with my allergies, like, big time.
Yeah, the allergies have not been great between the dog and outside.
Mm-hmm.
I took a couple of... Because I didn't want to, go buy an air purifier.
Uh-huh.
So I just bought the big filters you put for, a furnace. furnace filter,
Oh, okay.
and just got the size that matched the box fan. Attached them to the back of the box fan. I'm just gonna try to run those for a little bit.
Oh,
and
hell
see if
yeah. So you don't have to dump money into that?
right, because I already have box fans. And filters
Right.
are like $5.
You don't have central air, do you?
No, it kind of sucks.
That's right. I forgot that you don't have that.
I have a huge list of things if I,
Have
if
money.
and when have money to do when it comes to the house. Central ducting and air
Number
is
one?
it's not number one.
What's number one?
Ooh. Well, I guess it would depend on how much money I had.
Let's say this became a big success and we went on tour and I had our tour collections.
So I just have stupid money.
Like, let's say 200,000.
Yeah, that's like stupid money for renovating a house.
Yeah.
That's not worth half that.
Okay, how about 100,000?
Okay, well, that's still everything I would do would be, add in the central HVAC system.
Uh-huh.
The electrical would all get redone.
Okay.
And then the garage would get re-drywalled and done for sure, because that's kind of a shit show.
I guess I haven't seen it. How much did your house cost?
Like 80, 85.
That's not bad.
No, it was pretty cheap.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I guess I've never asked that.
I guess not.
No, I don't know. I was like, you got a house now. It's probably like X amount.
I mean, it was X amount.
Yeah. It's probably like, a couple dollars.
There's a few dollars here and
there.
there. Between that, I would probably get rid of the...
Oh, keep talking.
If not get rid of, at least...
this controller.
At least either I would either just completely get rid of or rebuild the shed, not the shed, the pole barn. So it had a concrete floor, it was insulated, it had real electrical.
Oh, yeah, so...
And then if I was floating in stupid money, I'd put a car lift in there
That would be rad.
for working on cars.
Oh, yeah.
You'd know I'd have a project car out there.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I was... last weekend, my dad and I went out to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's never seen your house.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh, we'll just drive by
Yeah,
it.
you pop out right next to it
Yeah,
now.
because of the detour. And so we drive by it, and he was talking, oh, it's like a really nice, like, quaint little house. I was like, yeah. And then there's a decent-sized backyard in the back.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, okay, does he have anything, like, interesting back there? And I said, he has a really unnecessarily large pole barn.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, I was like, it's just there. Oh, really? He's like, yeah, oh.
I swear the pole barn is as much square footage as the house.
It is. It has to be. And because, I mean, your pole barn is the one that I'm thinking of with, like, the little woodworking bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that someone had in there. And
Yeah,
then
the
back
chicken
on-
coop, and then that one little room thing.
Yeah, I was telling him that. He said, wow. And he said, you should just, like, rent it out for someone's boat storage, you know?
Well, it's currently storing Brad's truck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not using the space for anything else.
That's true. Why is this truck there?
He blew the transmission in it last fall or whatever, and he
Dude.
didn't want it sitting out over the winter.
Nice.
So it's been sitting in our pole barn instead.
I have to remember to check my fluids tomorrow.
Yeah.
I always check them when I'm
I
going.
check my fluids every morning.
Well, I do too, but I mean, not thoroughly.
Not thoroughly.
But whenever I go somewhere over an hour away, or an hour or more, yeah.
That's just good to check.
There's nothing there.
He's scratching his eyes.
Oh my god. So I was on the PSN store or whatever it's called,
I think it's just a PlayStation store.
and they have this giant sale going on, and I was just perusing.
Oh, hold on. Keep that thought. I
Okay.
just realized you renamed the Chromecast to Pat and Katie's room. Kay's room.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so the joke behind that was when I was moving all my stuff up from the basement, I said, don't worry, Katie, this will all be in your room when you get back from Peru because it's our room now. She's like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Katie, you won't be able to stop me. And then she always calls me Pat because, no one calls, well, everyone who knows that I don't like to be called Pat doesn't call me Pat.
Right, and then, random people who are like, just going to shorten
all
your
the
name.
time, yeah. So she always calls me Pat, and I always call her Kate.
Kate.
Yeah. and which is coincidentally, my mom's dad's name is Patrick goes by Pat, and then his sister, my mom's aunt, goes by Kate. How weird is that?
That's a little weird.
I feel like that was planned now that I'm thinking about it.
Probably was.
I thought that she was named after a nun that used to be at St. Mary's. There used to be two nuns that lived, when there's the school,
Yeah.
then there's the little get-together room to the left of the school if you're just facing the school.
Oh, the huge,
Like auditorium thing,
yeah.
or whatever it's called.
Yeah. But it's the carpeted basketball courts.
Rec
and
center, I think.
Rec
Yeah,
center,
yeah.
And they've got the kitchen.
To the left of that is a house where these two nuns stayed.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and for the longest time, I didn't realize why they stayed together, and I knew they were nuns. But then when I got older, I was like, maybe they were lovers, and then I don't think they were. But
Probably not. The house, the church probably just owned the house.
Yeah.
So it's like, here, you can live here.
yeah, and they used to be two nuns.
That would be hilarious, though. If that
I know,
was the
I
case.
know, and that's what I don't remember. I know one. I'm pretty sure one was named Kate or Kathleen, and then I don't know what the other one.
Seems like a very Catholic name.
Yeah, Kathleen.
Kathleen.
I think it's a whole Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's where mine came from, and then oh shit! So you know how your mom chose Sarah, Joshua, and
Caleb
as
biblical names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Patrick, Katie, Irish Catholic names, and then Grace. It's like
just
the Grace.
straight up.
Yeah. Holy fuck. And then I'm like, if I ever had a son, I wanted to name. Did I talk about this last time on the podcast?
No.
If I ever had a son, I want to name him Gabriel. And I told someone that, like, you're a strong Christian lad. No, I really like the name.
No, but that's like one of the main angels, man.
No, I like the name. It's a really cool name. No, no. Okay, all right, bye.
Strong Catholic man.
Yeah, I know. And someone called me that yesterday too. This guy that'll only come to me because I'm just like a chill dude. Like I'm not. I'll just be like, okay, I understand what's going on. It's fine. I'll whatever. He comes over and he's like, yeah, you're a really good guy. You and John, this other guy that in the GR branch, you guys are like really chill. You like really help me out. I really appreciate it. And I know God's smiling upon you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
All right.
Thank you. And he's like, yeah. And I bet you know that too because you're a man of faith. And I'm like, yeah. Sure. And then he just like walks away and I'm like, and he's like, God bless you. And I'm like, yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Sure, bye.
Oh man, I had somebody, it was today. So there's somebody who comes in all the time and
You can't take off your socks if you get too hot.
no, I'm good. They're pretty chatty over Sherry. But for whatever reason, just like out of the they were talking about faith-based movies, and I was like, yeah, I haven't seen that one or that one or that one. They're like, oh, do you believe? You're like, motion upwards. I'm like, no.
No, straight up no.
And then you see this like look of like shock and horror on their face. And they're like, oh, well, I guess people can, believe whatever they want. It's like completely taken aback. I don't know why, but it was just funny to see the reaction.
That's funny. You know why? Because it happened to me today too.
Really?
I forgot about this. So I can't believe how much I forget about work. Because I'm just
Yeah, because you just like
in
you get home and it's gone.
No, yeah.
So before you say that,
Okay.
this is just a very good example of how single-minded
Everything is.
the area is, and how there's that one massive majority.
That is just all Jesus.
Yeah, you get the white Christian majority in.
Isn't it crazy?
And as soon as something diverts from that, it's very... And everybody goes around just assuming you're a part of that too.
Satan.
But anyway, yeah, somebody did that to you today too.
Yeah, so there's this member that is really like, I would say feisty. Not feisty in a negative way, just you can joke around with her and it's just, we both know we're joking, give her a hard time.
Right.
And so I'm doing my usual spew with her, giving her a hard time and stuff, and we're talking or whatever. And so she came in today, and then while she was leaving, I always say if I work on a Saturday or if a member that's a usual that comes in all the time. I'll say, see you tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
And on Saturday, it's funny because it won't be there on
Right.
Sunday. And so I said, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Judy. And she's like, oh, so you're going to church? And I was just like, and then,
Crap.
but my reply was, no, like
Just
in front of a
instinctual.
line of people, and like the guy that behind her just starts laughing, and then Catherine, the loan officer, was standing in line right behind her, and you could just see her go like,
That's hilarious.
but no, I was just like, no, and then she just laughed. It was funny, but she didn't act like the couple that you were with did.
Mm-hmm.
She just was like, oh, and then she just kind of like chuckled, the like, and then, but
That's
no,
funny.
it was funny. Just instinct, just no.
How dare you assume that?
Yeah, oh, God. Outside of that, how was work?
I've been actually kind of busy today.
Yeah,
I mostly
yeah.
worked by myself.
You know, it was the first yesterday.
Well, so it's, raining out. Mm-hmm. But Logan's back from school, so it's always fun working with her. I got to work with her briefly.
Oh,
Also because she also knows what she's doing, so
that's nice.
it's great.
I forgot that she I can't believe she still works there.
Yeah, during the summer.
Wow.
I think she still has another year and a half of school, maybe 2.
She's like one of those, she's super artsy,
Very, yes.
but she like looks artsy too. So
Oh, yeah, she does.
it's really cool.
Yeah, she's got the whole personality
Yeah,
facade
yeah.
going on.
And I'm like, oh wow, you just look cool, And you're like, oh man, I wish I looked cool.
Dang.
Dang,
Don't look cool.
don't look cool. Fuck.
Yeah, she was wearing what was she wearing? Maybe they weren't, but she has like a pair of jean overalls that she works.
And she
wears.
pulls them off.
She pulls them off.
She can pull anything off.
I know. It's like, dang.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like if you have she's tanner.
Mm-hmm.
If you tan skin like dark hair,
Yeah.
you can pull off anything. Like legit, you can just pull off anything. Because I swear, people that are tanner just have the better complexion.
Or just the darker skin hides the
Yeah,
complexion
they
imperfections.
just look cooler.
Say that 3 times fast. Complexion imperfections.
Complexion, no. I don't know.
You were gonna go for it.
Complexion perfection.
I don't like your attitude.
I forgot to tell you my results of Magic Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
Magic
been
Night.
having Magic Night the past couple weeks. And
Is that what you call it?
yeah, so I would like people to think that it's just 4 amateur magicians in one house, just look at me pull a rabbit out of my hat, or look at card sleeves and shit.
Scarves for days.
They keep coming. I made for those of you who know Magic the Gathering, I made a black and white deck. Out of all the cards I have. Because I said if I at least win the best out of however many games,
Right. You said you were gonna invest in a legit.
I'm going to buy... Well, no, it's not a legit deck. I just really wanted the
Well,
dinosaur deck.
oh, that's right. The Dino deck.
Yeah, the Dino deck, which my deck is way better than the starter decks.
Okay.
I've realized, but whatever. And I won. I want to say I won because I obviously got the deck, but I'm pretty sure my record was 3-2.
Really?
Yeah, Abe, if I'm wrong, correct me. But I won my deck, so I had because we played 5 games, so I had to win 3-2. But yeah, it was really nice.
It's a pretty solid win ratio for
yeah.
your first time really.
I know. I went
Playing.
really into it, and then it helped that after the first couple matches, Abe looked it over, and he's like, "Wow, this is actually this is a really good job." And I'm like, "Thanks,
man.
thanks." And then his roommate, is way better at Magic than either of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, "Yeah, it's pretty decent." I said, "Cool,
Dope.
cool, thanks."
I'm set.
Yeah, but the whole deck revolves around. So the white part of the deck is obviously the best, and
It's the summoning. You explained this last time. Summoning the minions, and then the dark part is resurrecting them.
yeah, and then the minions have lifelink,
Mm-hmm. Right.
so I can, and yeah, and then a lot of them have flying or give flying, so you need reach or flying to touch them or another spell or what have you.
Right.
And then the black part also has some sorceries and instants that degrade your opponent's creatures. And by the way, when we've played Magic, we have been playing it wrong, like big time.
Shocker.
Big time. I've played with them. I've played with Abe and Don, his roommate. Again, like I said, the past 3-4 weeks. And I've learned so much. There's so much to that fucking game.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
It's insane. So there's, was it last week? I think it was last week. Abe just invested in a challenger deck. So there's like the regular decks with Magic, which are like the dinosaur deck, like this is the Planeswalker deck.
Right.
And then there's a challenger deck, which is actually, if you brought this deck to Magic Friday Night Magic, you would do all right.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's, more, but it's really good. It comes with a sideboard, which is like your board of cards that you can swap out between rounds.
Right. Yep.
And it's a red mono. No, I think they call it red aggro. So it's just constant like
Assault.
fuckery. And I was a little stoned when he did this, but he pulled out, and this is why. This is me being stoned. Adds more to it. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, when they're like this card, like they keep pulling out all these fucking cards. So Abe has this card called Frenzy where you can't play any cards from your hand, okay? You can only pull a card from... You can keep looking at the top card of your deck and decide to play it whenever. So what happens is you end up chaining probably like 14 combos.
Because you can just keep pulling off your deck.
Yeah.
And you can play it.
So he's like pulling cards off, playing them, and then he has this one card that's called like something Steamkin, that every time something comes into the field, it adds +1 counter, and if the Steamkin has a +1/+1 counter, you can cash them out for 3 mana. So he can keep stacking all this mana. So went through like a 5-minute turn. I'm just watching him, and then all I saw in my head, like while I was watching, was just Yugi, just like this card, this card, this card, this card. I'm like, how do I beat this? It's amazing. I beat it though.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a really long match, but I beat it.
Nice.
And shout out to Abe, super nice guy. Always was. He goes. I'm glad he goes in the mindset with like this is just like practice.
Mm-hmm. And not necessarily getting hyper competitive.
Yeah. So he's like, Patrick, you might want to like play down something that would hinder me, not just straight up attack me right now. Something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was super helpful, but I have this one card. It's this like dinosaur world eater card. It costs like 8 to summon in, but it has all these stats like trample, it's indestructible, it has like 6 different things, and it's like 6/8 or something.
Wow.
So when I summon it, it's on the field. It's like you can't
really get rid of that.
Yeah, and I had so much mana that I was able to summon that. And that's how I won.
Nice.
Yeah. It was very exciting. Other than that, it's a super fun game. There's a lot to learn. I can't believe how I don't know why they don't include a booklet in like the decks at all.
Imagine how big that booklet would have to be though.
At least with the basics. So with when I had the card Dead Weight, which -2/-2.
Okay. Yeah.
So the right side, for people who are listening, and if you don't remember, so how there's the 2 numbers in the bottom right?
Right.
The right side numbers, their attack power.
I thought it was the left side.
Nope. Right side.
Okay.
No, sorry. Did I say right or left?
You said right.
Okay, left. I'm sorry.
Left side is the
attack. Yeah. Left side's power, and then right side is their defense or whatever it's called. But it's also their HP.
Oh, so you can chip away at.
So, what happens is if you had a 0/2 creature or a 2/2 creature, and I did that -2 spell, it's gone.
It's just dead.
Yeah, it's gone.
Did 2 health.
Yeah, it's not negative. It's not whatever. It's gone. But after the end of your turn, there's the upkeep phase where they heal and stuff.
Okay, so if it doesn't completely kill them, they'll heal up.
Yeah. So what you can do is...
So when you're fighting like a monster that has like 5 defense or HP and you just have like a couple with like 2 or 3, you could in one turn chip at that?
No,
Okay.
not unless it says so you have to read the fucking card like hardcore.
Okay.
Like if it says target, you can target individual things.
Okay.
If it doesn't say target, it's general.
Okay.
So like if you have, let's say you have like a 1/1 creature and I have a 2/2 creature and I'm attacking with a 2/2 creature. I'm just attacking. Unless it says target, I can target wherever. But since you're blocking, you can block whatever.
Right.
But when you block with that 1/1 creature, what happens is I go from a 2/2 to a 2/1 because you did 1 damage to me and I did 2 damage to you and it was more than your 1, so you're dead.
So he's dead, but you also take 1 on the defense.
So
HP
I'm
side.
2/1 right now. So if you're able to cast an instant that does -1, you
I can kill you before
yeah.
the refresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's like a lot to it. Like a lot to it. And then there's all the terms you have to like remember in that. But it was so, I don't know why, it was so hard for me to learn that because what would happen would be is they'd be attacking with, you know, a 2/2 and I'd have, you know, like a 3/2, for example. And I would block with the 3/2 because my attack or whatever would beat his 2/2. But since he's a 2/2 and I'm a 3/2, he's doing 2 damage to my 2 health, so I'm still going to 0 and I still die.
But he dies as well because
Yeah.
you're doing 3 to his 2.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? Why is this like this? And it makes a lot of sense now, but
Right when you're
yeah.
completely green to it.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason Magic also doesn't include a rule book is they've established themselves for the last 3 or 4 decades as a game.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of at the point where they can just say, we don't need to include the rule books. People know how to play this game if they're playing it.
Right. I mean, it's now looking at it, it's a lot simpler.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish when I was first playing Magic that I played it with someone who knew.
It's always the helpful way to play any game when you're learning it.
And but no, whatever. It's fun though. Friday Night Magic.
Is that a knockoff of the hit movie Friday Night Lights?
I would say no because I think Friday Night Magic started way before Friday Night Lights.
It probably did.
It's like a legit thing. Like Abe got a booster box. Like that's a deck builder kit.
Right.
He had a booster box for latest expansion, and it literally comes with a thing that on like a booklet that lists all the cards, and on the back of the booklet says, "Sorry, I'm late for Friday Night Magic." Like it's an actual legit thing, and I'm like, "When the fuck did this start?" You know?
In the 80s, probably.
Yeah, probably when people were cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super fun. I have a lot of cards if you ever want to build your own deck.
We can do that sometime.
Yeah. It's like really, it's really fun. Again, once you
Learn it.
learn like, and then there's still so much to learn. Like there was I played Dawn yesterday. No, Thursday, because today's Saturday.
Today is Saturday.
And well, imagine driving on that.
That'd be amazing to drive on.
That would be crazy. That would be so weird. You're literally driving to a dead end. That'd be weird. It's so weird.
Imagine the scenery driving that.
It'd be crazy cool. Yeah.
It would.
Still nuts.
It even looks like there's a little footpath down there.
Oh yeah. Someone had to have discovered that first though. That's pretty cool. Like someone had to have gone out on this little jutty island, and I'm like, hey, this is like a cool place for a church thing.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's a lighthouse.
Oh, I guess so.
Because it's on, that outlet.
Oh yeah.
So somebody just probably slapped a lighthouse down there 100, 200 years ago for ship purposes. And then somebody built a bitchin' road to it.
A bitchin' road. Hell yeah, dude.
They didn't want to, walk or take their horse and buggy.
Dude, I just teleport now.
Let me know when you get that figured out.
Yeah, I haven't figured out. I'm telling you now.
Well, tell me how to do it later.
Okay. Just close your eyes and tap your shoes 3 times.
There's no place like home.
Shut up, Dorothy.
Oh.
Guess what movie I'm seeing tomorrow?
It would help if I knew what movies were out in theaters.
You work at a video store. You should know this.
That you know what? That's a great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I should,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone's not doing their job right.
You know it.
God.
It's this guy.
Yeah, over here. Godzilla.
Oh,
The new one.
are you super excited?
Dude, I'm low-key freaking out because I'm going to IMAX by myself. Yeah.
You'll have to tell me how it is.
Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. It has King Ghidorah,
Mm-hmm.
Rodan. I feel like I've been over this.
Oh,
with
you
before.
have.
This feels very familiar.
Uh-huh.
I'll keep going.
Okay.
And Mothra. And the girl from Stranger Things, who slightly annoys me to a degree, but I bet she's pretty cool.
Which girl?
Millie Bobby Brown. 11.
Okay.
Lego My Ego Girl.
Gotcha.
Psychic Girl.
Okay. Yeah,
Girl
no,
with
I'm
bald
good.
head in first season.
I got it.
Girl with, telekinesis.
Yeah, no, I'm there now.
Jedi powers.
Star Wars fans might not like you for that.
Yeah, she just looks like she'd be really annoying, but I think she's pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. What do I know?
What do I know, guys? Yeah, fuck. I'm surprised in this movie they're bringing 4 monsters. They're bringing Godzilla.
That is kind of interesting, especially if they intend to make sequels.
Well, they're made. It's a part of the MonsterVerse.
Right.
And in like one of the trailers I saw, it said they were like, how many of these creatures are there? Right now we have registered over 100. And I'm like, what? And then I think the next movie after this one is supposed to be it's either King Kong solo one or Godzilla versus King Kong.
Ooh.
Which, little fun fact about Patrick King,
He's a Kong?
no, Kong,
King Kong.
Viet Cong,
Fiat?
Viet Cong.
Oh, Viet. I was like, why are we talking about cars?
I don't know. Why would I talk about cars?
That's why I was confused.
This picture obviously dictates that the left one is far superior than the right.
You racist son of a bitch.
No, there's this a long time ago, in like the 60s or 70s, maybe. There was a King Kong versus Godzilla movie
Mm-hmm.
where they were still using puppets. I had that on VHS, and I think I watched that to the point where it just didn't
Stopped working.
work anymore. So I'm like freaking out about that.
That potential.
Yeah, that movie. But I'm also freaking out because there's 2 different versions of that movie. They're the same movie up till the end point. Do you mind if I tell you this?
Go for it.
Okay, spoiler alert for King Kong versus Godzilla, the way back in the day one.
I feel like you're past the spoiler date on that.
Oh, maybe. I still don't like that. It's still a spoiler alert. In the American one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I remember being very, very upset. In the American one, King Kong wins. Like they tumble down this giant, ravine thing into the ocean, and it cuts to him swimming away.
Okay.
And then in the Japanese one, it's Godzilla instead.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I remember reading that and thinking, well, fuck, I watched the wrong movie.
You did. That's something that you couldn't get away with doing now.
Having multiple endings.
Yeah, because everything's so connected. Everybody would know that these endings were different. Way back when, you could make these. You could say, "Oh, I don't know how I want this to end. I
Right.
can make 2 different endings,
Right?
release them in 2 totally different markets on the other side of the world, and very few people will know."
I know, and I didn't think I don't even think I found out till years down the road, and it just blew my mind. I said, what? So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really I'm really excited for that movie. It's supposed to be like 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
I feel that's the standard for movies now.
It is, and I mean with a movie where there's like this much like lore and shit in it,
You need it to be long.
You need it to be long, but also I have a hyperactive bladder, and I do
you're
not.
gonna have to pee like 3 times during the movie.
Yeah.
Just stand up in the middle of the IMAX. Guys, can you pause it? Pause
Excuse me. Stop. Stop. Sit down. Shut up. Stop. I did that during Avengers, the last one.
Was somebody talking?
Oh no, I just was. There's a chunk in that movie where it's just like, okay, this can, I can easily pee like 3 times and
gotcha.
not miss
anything.
And that's why when the scene kept going on, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking pee.
I'm going now.
Yeah, I'm peeing. It wasn't like the first Avengers Infinity, whatever it's called. First one's Infinity War, the other one's Endgame. Yeah. Infinity War, that was like super fucking good, and I didn't want to miss any of that.
Well, Infinity War is the second one.
No, Infinity War's the first one. Endgame's the second one.
Is there not just Avengers?
I'm talking about just the 2.
Oh, okay.
The 2 that matter.
The 2 that matter. Okay.
Yeah, there's Avengers, and there's Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Then there's Infinity War.
There's so many goddamn Marvel movies.
Then there's Endgame. But then there's Phase 3, man, or 4. Phase 4.
Yeah, we're coming into Phase 4 now.
Oh yeah, aftermath of Endgame.
How much longer do you think they can pull this Marvel universe? Because they've lost some of their big name actors now from it.
I would say, considering the amount of history they have with Marvel
Comics, a couple decades to go.
I feel like they could probably go until we're like 40 or 50.
Yeah.
If not longer.
I think they could too, as long as somebody doesn't take over and totally bungle up, storytelling and everything.
Well, and then they can also we're going to reboot Iron Man.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
Wait for the next generation to reboot Iron Man.
Yep.
Nobody cares that it's not Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
Then.
Yep. That's what they're going to fucking do. It's going to be...
It'll be like video games all over again. Oh, it's been out for 20 years? Let's reboot that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then the cycle will start again.
Or it'll happen like with Shadow of the Colossus, where it's been out for 10 years, let's reboot it. The reboot's been out for 2 or 3 years.
Let's remaster it.
Let's remaster it.
That's been out for a while. Let's remaster it from the ground up.
4K, give it to me. Blades of Grass, love
I don't
it.
even think it's in 4K.
I think it is.
On the Pro, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Though the Wanderer's face still looks fucking weird.
It's true.
I like the PS2 version way better. Now he looks like a weird Russian doll. I don't fucking like it.
Yeah.
He looks like an Annabelle doll.
I watched a movie the other day.
Oh, hit me with it.
I've actually already seen the movie.
Oh, let me guess.
Yeah, guess. Which movie did I watch the other day?
Are we doing 20 questions?
Yeah, let's do 20 questions. You guys can play along. Even though you don't get to ask questions.
Yeah, so sucker.
And your one question is already answered. I've already seen it before. So you're down to 19.
But I didn't ask that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So
that really narrows down the pool.
It kind of, but at the same time, did this movie come out in the last 5 years?
Yes.
Is this movie a scary movie?
What do you think the last scary movie was I watched?
Well, you just brought it up after I just mentioned Annabelle.
What do you think the last scary movie was that I watched?
Probably World War Z.
I wouldn't even call that scary.
But that's like considered a horror movie.
Is it really?
Yeah. Action horror.
Okay, that's probably the last one I've seen then.
Yeah. So it came out in the last 5 years.
It did.
Does it have one of our boys in it?
No.
Whoa. It's gonna be hard then.
I mean, that should really narrow it down too.
It should, but keeping track of the movies you watch
it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even I have trouble sometimes.
Is this movie animated?
No.
So this is a live action movie.
It is a live action movie.
Is it based off a book?
Yes and no.
Okay.
The original source material is not a book.
Is this genre action?
Partially.
Oh, that's phoning my friend. Fucking IMDb, stop notifying me of shit. I'm tired of it. I only use you for a movie list, god
You
damn
just
it.
gotta block IMDb from notifying you in the app settings.
I know, and I meant to do that when I went in there, but then I went and reorganized all my movie lists.
Completely forgot.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, and now I just remembered that I fucking did that. Jesus. Is it an action comedy?
No.
Fucking what? So it's just a straight action movie?
Kind of. There's another genre element to it, but it is primarily an action.
It's not comedy?
No.
Don't say action adventure. I'll strangle you.
No, I feel like action and action adventure are the exact same thing.
Yeah. I don't know why people always label it. It's an action adventure game, so it's an
Action.
action game. No.
Okay, well that's not necessarily true.
Well, I mean, when I meant to go with, so it's an adventure game.
It is an adventure game, right? Because you can say Call of Duty is an action game.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
probably not what I would call an adventure.
No. I would call it an experience of a lifetime.
Chilly, eh?
Yeah,
Chill.
what? So this is not based off a video game.
I did not say it was.
Is it based off a video game?
It is.
And you've already seen it.
I have already seen it. There's probably like 2 movies on.
I know, that's why I'm like,
In fact, I can't think of another movie on that list, though I'm sure there is one. Okay, I can think of like one other one.
And you've already seen it?
I have already seen it.
It's based on. Is it a Resident Evil movie?
God, no.
And it came out in the last 5 years?
It did. You'll be forgiven for forgetting about it because it wasn't that great.
Oh. Have I seen this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Pretty sure you've seen it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we saw it together.
Oh, you watched Warcraft?
I did.
Oh, I love that movie. That's so action.
It is, yeah. But it's an action fantasy.
I was gonna say ask if it was fantasy.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I was thinking about that movie.
I
the other
really
day.
like the movie too, but watching it again, it's very apparent how cheesy it is, but that's kind of Warcraft for you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
I remember watching it and like, this is pretty good. And
It was
people-
pretty good.
People were just shitting on it.
I know, and we'll probably never get a sequel.
I know, which sucks. But I do remember the one scene where the main orc is like rubbing the pregnant orc's belly,
Mm-hmm.
and then the CGI like had the whole skin pull on the belly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, whoa, that was like really good. And then immediately when I read an article about it, that was the thing that was mentioned. Like the CGI was like pretty good.
Between the CGI and just the makeup and
Like prosthetic shit.
prosthetics for the orcs, fantastic.
Yeah,
And
really
then
good.
all the CGI for the magic,
So good.
so good.
Did you watch? Have you ever seen Dark Crystal?
No, did you see Netflix is releasing a sequel?
Oh yeah, and I watched the trailer, and it's like the perfect blend of CGI and practical effects.
Right, it still looks a lot like the old practical effects.
Done so well. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that popped up on YouTube for me. I was like, oh, I guess I'll watch this.
And it looked pretty good.
It did.
The first, I think I watched it a very long time ago, the original, and then I wanted to rewatch it again, and it was on when I was working at Family Video,
Mhm.
so you can't really watch it.
No.
But I remember putting it in, and I watched it once, and then I was playing it again because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll watch parts I missed, and then someone was like, hey, do you guys have a copy of
And
that?
you're like, shh, no.
Fuck. Yeah, here you go.
That the whole practical effects from the 80s is just a really weird.
Good.
It's good.
It's so good.
weird. But it's also a little disturbing
Mm-hmm.
at just how otherworldly it is. And you don't get that from any of the animated anything. Or
No.
CGI'd.
I think it was that, like, I don't want to think like it's Apex, but it was, it's so weird that it holds up.
It does.
Because you know how you think about this with games where if you play like Secret of Mana, for example, the
Mhm.
first Secret of Mana, well, there's only one, and then you play, and then there's like that's kind of a bad example, Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Play an old Final Fantasy game, it's 2D, then you
It's
go
2D
to
side scroller.
then you go to
pixelated.
then you go to a newer
Well, like the newest
3D.
Final Fantasy is an MMO.
Well, yeah, no,
Just about.
I meant like the new, like if you go and play
The
like,
newest mainline game.
yeah, or if you look at the one that was released on PS2, which came out later and had better technology and did better things, but it's still it's just like this looks kind of gross.
Right, they're all dated.
Yeah, and then the 2D one, it just that something about the 80s and 90s things just hold really well.
They do.
I'm thinking of, have you ever seen the first Alien?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking about the second Alien.
Aliens. Probably. I don't remember much of it.
So, like, at the end, you see the Alien Queen.
Okay.
And there's, like, a whole fight with the Alien Queen, but the Alien Queen is all practical effects
Oh.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what? It's practical effects? Because it's fucking really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it definitely holds up.
Same thing with the first Jurassic Park. A lot of the dinosaurs
We're practical.
were practical. The Triceratops scene where they discover a Triceratops that's sick in that. That's just one giant animatronic that they made. Yeah. It's super cool. And I know they did that, I think, in the newer Jurassic World. For when there were a lot of closer scenes, or the scenes where they were just working with one dinosaur in it,
Mm-hmm.
it was animatronic. And it's really, there's just something about it that they just do a really good job of fooling you. Because I think it goes in part with like how good the effects are, and then how good the actors are interacting with it, because they have
Right, there's something real to interact with.
So it adds like a
Well, and then all those practical effects, they're rooted in, our reality. They're all things from our
Right.
reality. And
Right.
anytime you CGI thing, you lose that.
then you
connection.
then you go to something like the Avengers and like Infinity War, like Endgame, and I've seen the movies, and then I saw on YouTube, this is what this video looks like without special effects, and it's just like the actors in suits, and that's about it, and everything was CGI. I'm like, whoa,
Right.
that is really good. It's so weird how
There's that
the shift.
shift, or just different ways of doing it even.
Yeah. Like I thought it was kind of mind blowing. So Robert Downey Jr., all he wears when he's Iron Man is
A green suit.
No, he wears like a tight, like it's like I think just a straight up like black gray suit, if I'm remembering correctly. But he just has literally Iron Man shoulders, and then it just kind of a little chest plate that goes down to here and then around his back. That's all he wears. The rest is all animated.
Imagine how nice that is for the actors, though, that play in those movies. You don't have to spend, 12 hours in
Getting ready.
makeup. You just kind of show up, stand in front of a green screen,
And do it.
and then you're done.
Right. It kind of like blew my mind, because you just think about like how much time people had to put into the keyframing, everything.
Oh my gosh.
And drive me nuts.
Yeah, the whole movie industry has shifted from the on stage acting,
Moment,
directing, camera, and lighting to post.
Yeah, it's so weird. We'll fix it in post. Like,
Yep.
you literally can. And, like, people hate saying that.
Make sure you
but-
take out that Starbucks cup, though.
Yeah, no, keeping it. Oh, let's end this episode by talking about something we mentioned and didn't do last episode.
Game of Thrones season finale.
The Game of
Series finale.
dude. Yeah. Did you see that they left a water bottle in the series finale?
I did, yes. Well, I didn't see either of them. I just saw them after the fact on the internet,
And you're like, oh, I guess those were there. Yeah.
which is kind of embarrassing for a production with that kind of budget and reach.
like, how do you forget that?
How did that get missed in the quality
Yeah.
checks? But
Anyway, those episodes now have been re-uploaded with.
without it,
Yeah.
not surprised.
Yeah. But what was your thought on the series finale of Game of Thrones? One of the greatest TV shows that we'll see in our lifetime.
Here's my take on the series in the last season or so in general.
I would say 2 seasons if you're going to go in the direction
Okay, yeah.
I'm going.
The last 2 seasons in general. I really like all the plot points they hit.
Yeah.
It just obviously felt super goddamn rushed.
Oh, yeah.
And that shows from, things being left in post.
Uh-huh.
Could easily have been taken care of. But yeah, there just wasn't that fluid character character development,
You can say quality.
and just the general quality of the storytelling. And that may just be in part that they no longer had source material to work with, and they're kind of flying by the seat of their pants.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can see that being a thing. But I mean, they did for season 6. They went
It was
off
all
with that.
original-ish.
Yeah,
with his
but they
input.
did. They should have just kept it 10 episodes.
Yep, even just keep it even the 2 seasons. Granted, they could have gone longer for sure. But
Yeah, 10 episodes. That's because season 7 had 7 episodes, right?
Yep.
And then season 8 had 6. That's leaving
That's another
7
to 10 hours on the table of
of
stuff.
because I liked all what was happening. Really wish the main plot thing was the White Walkers still.
Or that they at least spent more time explaining who the Night King was
And doing
where
all
he
that.
came from, and
Maybe making it 2 episodes.
yeah, and just I don't know.
They
And
should,
having a cool battle with Jon Snow, even if he didn't end up being the one to kill him.
yeah,
Just like a cool face-off battle with it.
would have been fucking rad.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah, it would have been. I mean, he did have a dragon, which is
Kind of.
if you don't remember what I wanted when we first discussed
Was Jon Snow on a dragon?
fighting the Night King.
Yeah, you got
on a
it.
dragon. Oh yeah, totally got it. It was rad. I did. Oh, spoiler alerts for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they figured it out.
Yeah. The
You could just title the show that spoiler alert for
Right.
Game of Thrones.
I really liked, and I called Danny going mad.
That was kind of obvious even from like season 6.
Yeah, and people were like so like, this just happened out of nowhere.
Well, even when you first meet her, she just is ruthless to these enslavers. And yeah, she
Right.
kind of has the moral high ground on that,
Uh-huh.
but she's still butchering them and crucifying them.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's there. It's just you're seeing it from a different point of view. You're literally seeing it from her point of view, which is a sign of good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, they rushed the hell out of it just to hit these plot points in season 7 and 8. And if they
Yeah.
would have just, I don't know why they didn't. I don't know if they got their episodes cut just to add more production per episode. But at
Maybe.
that point, then people watch Game of Thrones not to see really cool dragon fights and shit, which are awesome, by the
But
way.
for the political intrigue
Yeah,
and
and the characters that we've like,
characters.
super grown attached to, and that like we've grown attached to them to the point where there's an article I read that Kit Harington, after season 5, when Jon Snow was supposedly dead,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of pressure he felt of having to keep it a secret for like a year and a half
Mhm.
caused him to be an alcoholic.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and so he like checked into rehab and that, and like that's how much shit was invested to a point where like the main actor's like, this is like really big,
It's real.
Yeah, just whatever.
So the guys who worked on that apparently are signed to do the Lord of the Rings series for Amazon.
So that's pretty rad. They do like they're huge fans of Lord of the Rings.
Which is kind of cool. And if they can do as well as they did with like the early Game of Thrones, it'll be a fantastic series.
Because a lot of their episodes had Lord of the Rings elements, with like the Battle of Winterfell was all like Helm's Deep
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, and yeah, but whatever.
Honestly, I'm kind of happy Game of Thrones is over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, it is what it is now.
It didn't necessarily run a little long, but the last couple seasons I just didn't feel like...
They're up to par with the other 6.
Yeah, I just didn't feel super invested in it. And now that it's done, I don't have to worry about having to watch it.
That is true. I don't have a show now to watch anymore.
That's all right.
I mean, there are shows I want to watch, but
Who has time for that, man?
dude, I always have the time. I just don't want to
Do it.
do it. I don't
Oh,
want
I
to watch
feel
it.
ya.
I want to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Whether, I don't know. Whatever.
Right, well, comment below. Tell us what you thought of the Game of Thrones series finale.
Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you want more of it?
Do you not watch Game of Thrones?
Are you more of a Vikings fan?
Also, apparently a very good series.
That's all right. I've watched up to like the latest season.
Mm-hmm.
That was when I had a coworker who was into like nerdy stuff, and we discussed this stuff all the time. And then she did not work anymore. And it became very hard.
There went that outlet.
Yeah, so, whatever. On that note, guys, find a friend.
Friends are good.
Yeah, all right. Peace. I have to pee, kind of. Not really. I could hold it.
Good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hold it.
All right. Daddy.
Please don't do that. Oh, hey.
That
My ass bone.
Did that punch hurt? Because it felt solid.
Yeah, you like got bone.